you're gonna drink a 40, hand me a pen, there, I'll catch a tag with us, little girl.
A lot of girls won't try to do graffiti or try to skateboard because they think they just can't do it.
If girls want to fucking go cook, then go cook. Stay in the fucking kitchen.
Whether it's tags, throw-ups, like whatever the hell other kind of letters you do. Yeah, I don't think it should matter if you're a guy or a girl.
I think you have to be really tough and stand up for what you believe in.
You can do that and still be badass and be punk rock and be like really fucking ruthless about it.
I guess like when I first started, I didn't really have a lot of guys against me. A lot of guys were actually for me writing, and they actually taught most of my styles, or they actually taught me how to write. That's how I got my name.
I started doing graffiti when I was 15, 7 years ago, because I wanted to hang out with my neighbor who was older than me, and that's what he did. I really got off on walking down the street and being all, nobody knows who I am or what I do at night, I'm sick.
A lot of girls that don't experience this are really a lot more easier to break. Girls don't, they don't know how to deal with all the criticism and all the hate.
It's a lot more harder. Everyone is judging you so much harder because it's this dude's thing. So if a girl isn't nearly as good as a guy, they're gonna get shit for it. Definitely.
I know girls that tag that want everyone to think that their tag is a guy, and I'm not even gonna name names because you might already think that's a dude, so I don't want to spill the beans. So
I had a massive graffiti photo collection. I wanted some kind of outlet to do it, and so I started a graffiti zine called Shortcuts. And this is Shortcuts number 13, which is an all-girl issue. The cover was done by Sherm. It's opened up a lot of doors for me. That's why I'm very thankful about graffiti being in my life and that sort of thing. The first time I got caught in the Muni Tunnel, they treated me just as the same as the guys. They put me in the holding cell next to prostitutes.
I was out bombing alone, and I got picked up by CHP because I shouldn't be walking in that neighborhood alone as a woman.
Being a girl, a lot of people, I've heard them say oh, it's probably easier for you to get away with spots because you don't look suspicious. But in reality, you actually, in certain areas, for certain spots that you want to get, you will look more suspicious being a girl alone or whatever in an area that you're not supposed to be in compared to a guy.
We were kind of in this yard, and they shined their spotlight from above. They were kind of in an area where they were up on a hill, and they were shining their spotlight down on us and with their megaphone telling us to come out, and we were trying to duck down and pretend not to be seen, but they were we see you, whatever, come out. and when we came out, they were just totally laughing at us, and they're oh my god, we caught girls, and we were all girly or something. The cops were younger than me, and they were just you're too old for this, why are you doing this? And I was probably 27 or 28 then, and they ended up just letting us go.
When I see girls that hang out with writers all the time, I do end up encouraging those girls to do graffiti because they're just stuck hanging out with them. And if they're going to do that, they might as well throw in their 2 cents because essentially they're wasting everybody's time, and plus they're being that girl. And it is 2006. You don't need to be that girl. You're probably better than half the guys you're hanging out with. You just haven't tried yet.
You just have to be really tough. I think you have to be really tough and stand up for what you believe in, and don't fuck all the boys that do graffiti. You don't want to do that. That's really bad. People look down on you and call you a slut. So try not to date anyone else that's a writer. Date outside of the writing pool.
I have a lot of fun doing it. It's definitely when I'm the most bummed out, the one thing that can guaranteed make me feel better, and it's free.
That's something I now have that I never did and I never thought I would have, is family and people that would have my back and people that would be down for each other and inspiring to each other to go out and do some real vandalism and shit.
It's pretty awesome that we can have something like that and just take it for ourselves at any given moment.